Hello, my name is Chris Riley. I'm a first responder and I am an ATRT dad. My journey as a dad with a child with ATRT was really like a roller coaster ride. It was definitely full of a lot of emotions on my end and definitely with the family. I can remember when the doctor came in and shared with us that Cayden had a tumor on the brain. It was June 28th, 2008. Cayden was only 11 months old. We was in the ER just after he had a CAT scan done. And the ER doctor came in and shared with us that Cayden had a tumor on his brain. He couldn't tell us exactly what kind it was because they haven't did any surgery, but he said it was kind of like the size of a peach. And from that point on, I personally felt like I was kind of like hit in the stomach, a gut punch. It just literally took all the air out of my stomach. I couldn't think, I couldn't gather my thoughts. I definitely had some questions to ask, but it was just like, I don't know, I felt like I was just totally lost through the whole process. He got admitted to the all children hospital on Friday. And Saturday morning, they did some tests on him. And then Sunday morning, which I was surprised, I was looking down the hallway and the surgeon was just kind of like walking down the hallway. And I got a little nervous. I was scared. And I was wondering, why are you here Sunday instead of coming on Monday? And he shared with me that I felt good. He said I felt real good. And he felt good, but me and my wife was like a bag of nerves. I mean, we were just completely lost and don't know exactly what was going on. It was just one of those days that it was just total confusion. I mean, but he had a successful surgery Sunday morning. But after that, being in the hospital for like 90 days, it was kind of like a touch and go situation with him because, like I said, we were confused, we were lost. My emotions were just more or less just going up and down. I didn't know what was going on. And being a first responder, I'm used to being on scene, just kind of like taking control, but I had to relinquish that and just allow the doctors and the nurse to kind of do their job and do exactly what needs to be done for my child. And I also had to take care of my other two boys that was at the house and work full time. So, like I say, it was a lot of emotions, confusing, didn't know what was going on. I personally was lost, but I had a network of friends and family members who kind of like checked up on us and just being there just for like support, which was the most thing that I definitely needed myself. Because, not to sound sexist or anything like that, I'm the man of the house. I have to sit up and can provide for my family, take care of my kids. But it was just one of those things that it just took the air out of me. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just completely lost, and to hear the words, your child have cancer, and the type of cancer that he had, and the percentage of what is the percentage of him possibly not being here was rough. It was definitely rough. But we were told as Cayden is the longest surviving, child or young man ever survived this particular type of cancer. He's doing very well, but he also has setbacks that he's dealing with. And it's not a short-term setback. This is going to be long-term setbacks that we have to kind of like work with him, from now until whenever he, leaves this earth, because of being so young and going through chemo and definitely going through radiation. It took a toll on his body and it definitely took a toll on his mind, and it diminished him. He's 14 years old right now, but he has the mental capacity probably about a 10-year-old, and that it's kind of hard to kind of, being a dad, kind of accept that. But at the end of the day, like I tell anybody, my son is here. We made the ultimate sacrifice, but he is here. He's still with us to this day. Parenting a child with cancer is, like I said, it's a roller coaster of emotions. Not just you, but the family all in general, and the child. I mean, they're going through a lot. You're going through a lot. Your family's going through a lot. And the only thing I can pretty much say is that you just got to be strong and you just got to be there, not just for yourself, but pretty much for everybody. And also through my journey of what I've went through, I've been through a couple of dark places, but that I needed to reach out and get help. And it definitely helped me out a lot. Never be ashamed to sit up here and reach out and ask for help. You should have that support group of family, friends that can basically just kind of like talk to you. And that was the only thing that I really needed, is somebody to just talk to me, just keep my mind right. There's times that we're going up a right path, and all of a sudden he has a setback. So when he has a setback, I had a setback. And it was just dealing with the emotion part of it also. Seeing your child in the hospital day by day. Me and my wife had to be advocates. We had to fight for some things for him. But at the end of the day, I look at it as it was a challenge. It's definitely a struggle. And that's something that I definitely appreciate. Family members and friends just kind of like talking to me, getting my head right, and just being there for us. Some advice. Like I say, I'd never be ashamed to pretty much reach out. Always have a group that you can talk to, or individuals that you can talk to that can be there for you, that can support you. You definitely have to be there for your family. You definitely have to be there for your child who's going through the process, and you also have to be there for yourself. I said, and that's pretty much to me was the biggest thing. I'm trying to help everybody else out, but I also forgot to take care of myself. That is one of the biggest things that I took time for myself, just getting out of the room, walking, or just doing anything. Because at the time, I was working full time. Like I say, taking care of my family, taking care of my son, being an advocate for my son, and it was just took a toll on me. So you're trying to do all that, but also you have to also take a step back and take care of yourself, and just make sure that you're fine. Because it's a journey. I mean, you're gonna have your good days. You're gonna definitely have your bad days, but through it all, you got to keep yourself kind of like right in the right frame of mind. I got a lot to say, but I don't think we got enough tape right about it, not for that. I mean, it is definitely a journey that you just cannot take a journey all on your own. You got to have that support right there, being there for you. And like I said, never feel ashamed or afraid to reach out and just ask. Just ask. People to stop by and talk to you. That was the best thing for me, because like I said earlier, I went into a dark place. I reached out for help. And then after I seek the help that I had, then I had family and friends who was more or less questioning me and asking me, how are you doing? Can I sit in the hospital and basically sit here while you go run errands or do whatever? Take it. I mean, you got to have the trust and the faith of family and friends and the Almighty also to basically be there. And I'm not pushing religion on anybody, but we have a deep faith, me and my wife and my family. And that was one of the reasons that I made it through, because it was one of those things that before all this happened, there were certain things that kind of like I was struggling with and I was dealing with. But once this process happened, it was just one of those things that just made myself and my family more stronger.
Our goal at Hope for ATRT is that families that are facing this diagnosis will know that they are not alone. Our kids are worth the fight.